The KWL chart. Or, here's one way to put constructivism to work in a music lesson. The key to building schema is making connections. In order to make connections, students must access their prior knowledge. And there are other things to consider as we aim to help students build more complex understandings of music concepts. Let's take a closer look. To help us address students' prior knowledge, teachers need to discover what students already know about the concept targeted for development in a lesson. When considering the affective domain of learning, teachers seek to engage student interest and motivate students to want to learn something new. And finally, teachers use assessments to document student learning. A KWL chart provides a structure to achieve these goals throughout a lesson: accessing prior knowledge, engaging interest, and assessing learning. Here's what a KWL chart looks like. The K accesses and documents prior knowledge by answering the question, "What do we know?" The W stands for want and prompts and documents students' interest in the concept prior to instruction with the question, "What do we want to know?" And the L stands for learn, whereby following instruction it asks, "What did we learn?" The completed KWL chart documents the learning process and provides the teacher with a formative assessment of students' understanding of the concept at the end of the process. An assessment that immediately communicates to students what they have learned. Let's find out more by using the chart with a music example. The concept targeted for development will be musical scales. First we'll ask, what do we know about scales already? Then we'll ask, what do we want to know about scales? Then we'll experience some instruction and activities to help us build more complex knowledge about musical scales. And following that instruction, we'll return to the KWL chart and answer the question, what did we learn about scales? Let's begin. What do you know about scales? Some of your responses may have included that you identified that scales are a series of pitches with particular intervals, or you listed the scales that you know, like major and minor scales, or blues scales. You may have also noted that key signatures can tell us what scale is being used in a piece of music, and that scales have the power to evoke emotions. You might have said that major scales are happy and minor scales are sad. Now let's shift to what do we want to know about scales. Some of your responses may have included that you wanted to know what other scales there are besides major, minor, or blues scales. Or what music uses particular scales. You might want to know more about how scales evoke emotion, or how to get better at identifying scales by ear. And what is it that makes a scale happy? The next step is, what did we learn? But first, let's have some instruction. I have a song for you, and as you listen, think about some words that describe the emotion. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you. Away, you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you. Away, I'm bound away, across the wide Missouri. Think about the emotion the song evokes. Think about the scale used in this song. And think about what solfege syllable is the home tone or tonic. To answer this question, let's sing the song using solfege. Before we start, identify the interval between the first two pitches of this song. Bum, bum. What are the syllables you will use to sing that interval? So, do, 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 re, mi, fa, sol, mi. Do, ti, la, sol, mi, so. So, la, mi, so, mi, re, do. Do, re, mi, do, mi, la, so. Do, re, mi, do, re, do. That's right. The home tone, or tonic, is do. And if we were to arrange all of these pitches from lowest to highest, we would discover that our song is based on the major scale. So, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Let's revisit some of our descriptions of the emotions connected to this song. Typically, this song is described as sad, melancholy, or lonely. And because we hear sadness, we might assume the scale the song is based on is minor. So the song must be in a minor key. But what we've discovered is this song is in a major key, and it's a sad song. To help us further hear a sad song in a major key, let's take a look at a simple harmonization of the melody. Here you see a suggested harmonization with Roman numerals. Note the strong dominant to tonic cadence at the end. To help us get a better sense of this harmonization, let's sing the roots of each of the chords suggested. Using solfege, sing the roots of each chord along with the melody. I'll play the roots on the piano to help as I sing the song. We'll use B flat as do. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you. Away, you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you. Away, I'm bound away, across the wide Missouri. Let's listen to this song with the harmonization suggested. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you. Away, you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you. Away, I'm bound away, across the wide Missouri. And now it's time for us to go back to the KWL chart. Before we fill in this last column, here are two more questions. Is hearing sadness in a song a reliable way to determine if a song uses a minor scale? Why or why not? How do we know if a song uses a major or minor scale? Think about how we discovered the major scale in the song Shenandoah. Okay, here we go. What did you learn about scales?